Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper,
morning. Welcome to Mission Peak Unitarian Universalist Congregation. My name is Drew Wilson. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm a member of the board. Besides that first bell, to start our service, we ring a bell 3 times. The first is to call us back into covenant. We are on the unceded land of the Mwakma tribe of the Ohlone people. They were displaced, colonized, their land taken. Now they seek to regain their land as well as pass on their heritage, customs, and cultures to their descendants. Everything we do to restore their rights, equality, and sovereignty is working our way back into covenant. The second bell calls us into relationship with ourselves and one another, to recognize broken promises, unhealed hurt, lingering scars where being right was more important than being whole. We intentionally gather to invite an ever-widening circle of compassion, commitment, and solidarity until we are all beloved to one another. And the third calls us into relationship with our children and our children's children, or our nieces and nephews, out to the 7th generation, helping us to realize that what we do now, or fail to do, will be felt by those who come after us. Yeah. Well, so much for that generation. We are so glad you joined us this morning. I'm going to highlight some current announcements. Even though it's summer, there's still things going on. On Saturday of next weekend, we're hosting an all-congregation potluck dinner and game night from 6 to 8 p.m. We don't require an RSVP, but if you know you're coming, it's great to know how many people to plan for. More information is in the week on the peak. We're also hosting our next Sandwich Squad, a community service event that involves making sandwiches, which we'll then take to the nearby encampment to share with our neighbors there. Anyone is welcome to join.
When is the Sandwich Squad?
Beats me. It does not say. You see Ariel around, ask her. The way it was put in the order in the announcements, I'm guessing it's also being done at this potluck, but I don't really know for sure. So, the South Bay Interfaith Climate Justice Summit is after church service Sunday, August 23rd at 1:30 p.m. It's at the First Unitarian Church of San Jose, 160 North 3rd Street, San Jose, California. Carpooling is available. Contact Kathy. Please consider this, as it is the type of activity that engages others to join us. Here comes Ariel, so we will ask her about. Ariel, we have a question for you.
Sandwich Squad, when is that happening?
It's on the calendar. I don't have it on my head.
Okay.
Is it at the dinner or is it Sunday morning?
Sorry, you're asking me a question. I don't have my calendar in front of my head,
okay.
and I don't have my phone on me.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay. Mystery. Life is a mystery. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so before we get started, please silence your electronic devices. And now, I'm glad you are here to join us in this journey of fellowship, music, and discovery.
Actually, one more announcement. We have a clothing drive.
Ah,
Today and for the next few weeks.
okay,
If anyone wants to bring used clothes.
okay, super.
If you could repeat that in the mic.
All right, we have a clothing drive today and for the next few weeks. So if you got some old clothes sitting around that are still in decent shape and you don't know what to do with them, we have a solution. The box, in fact, is sitting right over next to the welcome table. Yay! So bring those clothes and fill the box. I'm glad you are here to join us in this journey of fellowship, music, and discovery. We welcome all of you to our service, especially those of you who are searching for a spiritual home. Many of us were once, too, seeking for something larger than ourselves to which we could belong, a sense of rootedness to hold us as we create meaning together. We do that well here, though not perfectly. In this community, we strive not for perfection, but for authenticity and connection. And speaking clearly. Whether it's your first time worshiping with us, or your 100th time, or several hundredth time, we hope that you'll find here questions that stretch you. People to befriend you, and liberal religious values that challenge you to join us in loving boldly, living justly, and welcoming radically. We are about to enter a sacred time. We are about to make this time and this place sacred by our presence and intention. We invite you to please silence your phones, as I already mentioned, and as you do so, we invite you also to turn down the volume on your fears, to remove your masks and ours, and to loosen the armor around our hearts. Don't take my word for it. Do it as slowly as you need to. If you take a little risk with these good people, you may find that they have the same human needs as you do. Before we go any further in the service, let's open our hearts to all of the people in Zoomlandia. And then, whether online or in Cole Hall, please turn and greet your neighbor and share the joy of being together. Okay. And I have an update on the second announcement. It is August 23rd from 2:30 to 4 p.m. The Sandwich Squad will be doing it right here, yes.
That was the Sunday?
That's a Sunday.
Sunday morning, okay.
Theme of our service today is Love Is. Okay. Pundits have been going on for years, going back to the classical Greeks, about all different kinds of love, and they've identified that there are 8 specific kinds of love. As if you could hash that out that easily. But the pundits do like to pick their favorites, do like to choose the one that they think rules the world, ignoring the others, ignoring the various qualities that are important to human beings in life, ignoring the interplay, the overlap, and whether or not these kinds of love can be easily pigeonholed, whether or not you can separate them really from each other. Taking this sort of pontifical way of going at it, I'm no different. I have my favorite. And my favorite is the one the Greeks called pragma, which means endurance, long-lasting. Something that becomes a part of you, integrated into your being. You lose a sense of any special feeling about it. We call it love, but it doesn't have some sort of ecstatic feeling, or it doesn't have some sort of, "aw, that's cute," or anything like that. It's just so much there that you can't even feel it anymore. It endures when all else goes bad. When the worst things happen, it endures. It endures when all of your energy is gone, when all of your ability to think that you can get up in the morning and put one foot in front of the other. It endures when all hope is gone, when there doesn't seem to be any way out of where you are. It endures. Maybe you're not sure if it's love or something that endures. Is it something that you had and it's lasted all this time, or it is something that you built up because you've lasted all this time, or is it just what's left after all this time? I don't know, but it's there. It's what keeps you going on. And it's a kind of feeling that just doesn't come any other way. And it's a sense of community, that endurance of all you people who are here today and online. You're still here. No minister, no live music, me again, and you're still here. So, that's our sense of community. It's not just in marriages or as your children grow older. It's in a sense of community, and as a community that I beg you to join with me in a sense of worship today as we continue. Okay, going with the new chalice lighting, we're going to do Candles of Concern. So, first we acknowledge the Muwekma tribe of the Loni people as the original inhabitants of this land that was never ceded nor sold. We covenant to actively stand with them as they restore their heritage and culture. We also acknowledge the over 110 armed conflict in this world currently, including those perpetrated by our own government, and we light this candle for those affected by the violence and genocide, that they be blessed with both justice and peace. This candle represents a covenant for peace to leave the world better for our children and beyond. And now let us light our chalice, the Unitarian Universalist symbol of peace and resistance. So, if you would like to join me with the words on the screen. Okay, this is The Way It Is by William Stafford. It could happen anytime. Tornado, earthquake, Armageddon. It could happen. Or sunshine, love, salvation. It could, you know. That's why we wake and look out. No guarantees in this life, but some bonuses, like morning, like right now, like noon, like evening. And now, as your feelings stir you, if you would join us all in the welcome song, the first hymn of welcome.
Hey everybody, come sing a song with me. Here's our note. La. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll sing a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. A rose in the winter time. Thank you.
The song of the welcome song and that were put in there because I didn't realize the kids would be down there to start in the morning, but I think everybody enjoyed them anyway. Okay, we take up a collection on Sundays for the simple reason that our purpose in gathering is for more than ourselves. We want to make sure that the ministries that we need, the ones that infuse worth and dignity into our children, our youth, our programs of learning and leadership, and our ministries of anti-oppression and our work in the larger world are in place to meet the needs of others. Okay, and we hope you make a contribution to these worthy causes by mailing your check to Mission Peak UU congregation at the address on the screen. You can also use the bill pay option in your online banking or drop your check into the Mission Peak mail slot down on the office or pay online with a credit card or debit card, though there's a slight charge for that for us. Okay. Thank you for supporting and sustaining the efforts of our members, friends, and staff. Your contributions make learning and leadership more possible. One of the things that allows us to find hope and meaning, especially in the hard times, is the love and support we show one another. If you have a joy or concern that by sharing with this caring community might bring the encouragement or resilience that you are seeking, please write it briefly now in the chat if you're online, or briefly your name, whether you're sharing as a joy or concern in the book over there. If you're, let's see, by the welcome table, and if you would like to place a stone in our little garden, you may do so while the music plays. If your need is personal, you can also send an email to our minister for a follow-up conversation, or to our community minister, Reverend Barbara Myers, also. So. And finally, one last stone for the hopes and hurts still too tender to escape our heart. We encourage everyone to contact those who have shared joys and concerns. In this way, we take part in the creation of a caring community by keeping our hearts, our minds, our arms, and our doors open. Let's see if this worked. I spent half an hour this morning driving away, coming back for something I forgot. Now I got everything because I got the thing I forgot. Driving away, coming back for something else I forgot. And after all of that, I still managed to forget something. But I found it online. Okay. The first is a poem written by Jim Croce. You may recognize it. I'll try not to get caught up in it. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then, again, I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I do want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. And the second poem is from Maya Angelou, called Human Family. I note the obvious differences in the human family. Some of us are serious, some thrive on comedy. Some declare their lives are lived as true profundity, and others claim they really live the real reality. The variety of our skin tones can confuse, bemuse, delight, brown and pink and beige and purple, tan and blue and white. I've sailed upon the 7 seas and stopped in every land. I've seen the wonders of the world, and not yet one common man. I know 10,000 women called Jane and Mary Jane, but I've not seen any two who really were the same. Mirror twins are different, although their futures jibe, and lovers think quite different thoughts while lying side by side. We love and lose in China, we weep on England's moors, and laugh and moan in Guinea, and thrive on Spanish shores. We seek success in Finland, are born and die in Maine. In minor ways we differ, in major we're the same. I note the obvious differences between each sort and type, but we are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends.
Thank you, Grayson. Last night, somewhere between the end of all we know and the faint beginning of something new, a dream emerged. 10,000 ancestors from all corners of the earth moved into a gap, one breath deep, into the space between all that has already happened and all that is yet to come. They carry songs, they carry stories, and they are calling us to join them. These rich images come from Aurora Levins Morales, a Puerto Rican Jewish poet and activist. In those days, immediately following the October 7th attack in Israel, Morales struggled to find a way through the atrocity to something human. The poet gives us a summons to show up at the corner. But first, she invites us into a gap, one breath deep. Here, the ancestors cup their hands around our hearts. Here is blessing. Here is healing. Here is transformation. Here is worship. For many people living in the United States, these past several years have left us profoundly and deeply unsettled. We have been feeling the meanness of the world in genocide and in warfare, in the hoarding of resources that leaves millions without basic human needs, in policy changes that say some lives are more precious than others. The ground is shaking and it feels like everyone is on edge. The world that we thought we knew doesn't exist anymore, not in the same way. The Turkish journalist Ece Temelkuran writes about the decline of democracy, and she says that we are grieving in future tense. We're grieving in future tense, grieving what has already been slipping away, even before it's gone, grieving what has already been lost and what may yet be taken. Some of this grief may be new for people who have not had to name this before. The structures of white supremacy have remained well hidden in the background of life, quietly shaping what was accepted as normal, natural, or simply the way things are. But now, what has been hidden is becoming harder to ignore, and more people are waking up to the urgency of this moment, rousing them from what the poet calls the sleep of the world. Now, I know that many of you are already awake. You are doing everything that you can to proclaim every life precious, everyone deserving a chance to live fully and freely. Unitarian Universalists have long been a people of action. We know how to organize, we know how to show up. We are practiced in the art of doing. And if we're honest, that strength carries a shadow. Our religious tradition has been shaped in part by a culture that teaches us to measure our worth by what we accomplish, to equate goodness with effort, and to feel most at home when we're busy and striving. Pair this with a hurting world begging for our attention, and then things like rest can feel irresponsible. Asking for help can feel weak. And simply sitting in stillness can sometimes feel unbearable as doubt and worry rise to the surface of our lives. That's why this gap is so important. Whether it's 1 breath deep or 1 hour deep, this is a moment made sacred by our intentions and our promises. Here, in the place between where we've been and where we dare to dream, Our lives are shaped and molded by our spiritual practices of worship, small group sharing, and deep study. Mark Nepo says that when we meet like this, we aren't just being self-reflective, we are strengthening the immune system of humanity. We are strengthening the immune system of humanity. Here is where we remember who we are and to whom we belong. Here is where we practice love as a response to the love that first summoned us. There was an extraordinary Cambodian monk named Mahagasananda who survived the brutality of the Khmer Rouge regime. Later, he served in the refugee camps, and in one of those camps, he opened a Buddhist temple, despite threats from the authorities that anyone who attended would be killed. Still, on opening day, more than 20,000 people gathered. These were people who had lost nearly everything: families shattered by war, communities terrorized by violence, people who had suffered beyond what most of us can even imagine. And there, in that dusty square, Mahagasananda led them in a timeless Buddhist teaching. Hatred never ceases by hatred. By love only is hatred healed. This is the ancient and eternal law. Thousands and thousands of people began chanting those words together, not because love is sentimental, not because love is easy, but because they understood that only love could build a future worth living in. After the 2024 General Assembly, I came home and told some of my interfaith colleagues that 80% of the Unitarian Universalist delegates had voted to declare love as the center of our faith. One of them, who's a good friend of mine, kind of sighed and said, love is very abstract. It means 100 different things and it means nothing at all. And religion has been preaching and teaching love for the last 2,000 years, but look at the way we treat each other. I know what they mean. I've heard that before from Unitarian Universalists, too. Love has become a cliche, a greeting card, a slogan, a marketing campaign, a word stretched so thin that it can barely hold any weight at all. Even when Dr. King invoked love, they called it emotional bosh, weak, sentimental, passive. And some of us have learned to distrust the word entirely, because the word love has been used to excuse harm, to silence truth, to avoid accountability, and to demand submission. But without an ethic of love, human beings start treating each other as objects, as obstacles and problems to be dealt with. A people organized around fear will produce punishment. A people organized around greed will produce trillionaires. But a people disciplined by love can begin to repair the world. This is why the poet calls us into the gap, one breath deep, before sending us out into the world. In this space, we remember our religious inheritance, a treasure carried by our Universalist ancestors who claimed that God's love was so complete that no one would ever be outside of this love, no matter what. And our Unitarian ancestors, who admired Jesus as a fully realized human being, showing us that our capacity for love is far greater than we can imagine. So, what do we mean by love when we dare to place it at the center of our faith? There are so many kinds of love in our lives. Romantic love can be beautiful. Love for friends and family can be deep and fulfilling. Love, as we speak of it in our congregations and in our practice communities, though, is a little bit different, because that love that we practice in those communities does not require fondness, affection, or any positive feelings at all. As the psychiatrist M. Scott Peck wrote, love is not a vague sentiment, but an intention and a discipline. He says, it is the willingness to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Sometimes that can look grand and heroic. Just as often, it looks like that couple who drives an elder member to church, even though it's out of the way and it's not so easy to coordinate, and sometimes it conflicts with other things they want to do. It looks like two people fighting as they're organizing an event and resisting the urge to turn away, willing to sit in discomfort long enough to speak honestly and to find their way toward new understanding. It looks like taking the time to get to know a stranger in need, learning their story, and welcoming them into the community as a full participant rather than an object of charity. It looks like making a personal promise to talk with one new person during coffee hour instead of huddling with their best friends. It looks like forgiving someone who hurt you because the burden on your own heart has become too great to carry. Love is so much more than what we feel. It is a discipline we choose freely and willingly for the sake of another's growth and well-being, including our own. My friends, I know that love is a word that carries many, many different meanings. Its power can feel fragile in the face of the forces gathered against us. At times, we may even doubt that love will prevail. Still, I am profoundly grateful to the Unitarian Universalists that we have not given up on love. In a community that embraces many spiritual perspectives and seeks to draw the circle wider, love is our common language. It allows us to speak of the mystery we cannot name, the goodness of life that exceeds us, and the sacred ties that bind us each to all. As Nora said, flowers cannot bloom without the sun, and we cannot bloom without love. When you fall, love is what catches you. Love is the everlasting light in the dark. So, are you ready to be disciples of love? Yes. All right. Now, I know that talking about discipleship may feel unfamiliar in a Unitarian Universalist setting. We have seen how easily discipleship can be distorted when it becomes a cult of personality rather than a liberating path. For some people, the word disciple carries painful associations: control, hierarchy, the surrender of one's own spiritual authority. But the discipline and the discipleship that I'm talking about and inviting us all into is all about studying love. It's about practicing love. And it's about moving in the world having been formed by love. Every path of formation can reorder a life and give it a new center of gravity, because every discipline asks something of us. To be a disciple of love is to allow ourselves to be reshaped and stretched, often beyond what is comfortable, especially when we are called to love our enemy. Or, in UU words, to affirm the inherent worth and dignity of all, even of those who would use their power to deny that dignity to others. Discipleship is not easy, and yet following the way of love is what keeps us from being consumed by the very forces that we are trying to resist. Without a discipline of love, our activism will burn out. Our longing for justice can become untethered from mercy, and we risk becoming spiritually starved. I know what that feels like. When I returned to parish ministry after years in healthcare chaplaincy, I was so swept up in the busyness of the congregation and the urgency of meeting this moment that I nearly forgot the very practices that made such work possible. My physical health suffered. My mental health suffered. And this is why the ancestors, in their wisdom, call us into the gap, call us into moments of spiritual practice. Before we fill our bags with scented guava and bandages and rush out into the world, those ancestors call us to first gather in places like this, where grief is never denied, where joy is welcomed with abandon, a place where people return to the practices that shape them, where disciples study love carefully, practice it imperfectly, and when they fail, begin again. Begin again. The world is weary of righteous, performative righteousness. Instead, this hurting world needs people who can remain human in inhumane times. It needs people who can tell the truth without surrendering to cruelty, who can resist despair without pretending everything is going to be okay. So, my friends, the world is calling us to the corner. So gather up your things, take one another's hands, and let's go together as disciples of love.
Such bliss.
So it has long been a tradition here that we, as a group, speak the words of extinguishing the chalice. But Reverend Johnny is bringing to us a test, I think, of whether or not we will tolerate change and the new combination of the benediction and extinguishing the chalice. So I am going to continue Reverend Johnny's practice here, and we'll probably have some conversations about this in good time in the spirit of love. So I extinguish the flame. And the benediction, hands on your heart, reach out to the world. Feel the love sprinkling out and coming back in through your fingertips. And the benediction is from Reverend Linda Barnes, called Even When the Going Gets Rough. May you embrace your growing with compassion. May courage be yours as you answer your heart's calling. May beauty and wonder be yours even when the going gets rough, and may love always be at your center. Until we meet again, amen, shalom, salam, namaste, and blessed be. Go now in peace. May the light within you be a blessing to the world.